this entire page is rather low yield. Still, let's go over it because I have seen a handful of questions, more so about insurance plans and how you would do things like referrals. So I've labeled things 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has to do with the amount of freedom that you have in your plan, which is also related to how much you have to pay. So you can remember it as you have to pay to be free. Okay. So in a preferred provider organization or PPO, again, you have to pay to be free, and this has the most freedom. So that is, yeah, we'd rather see these people, but you can really see anyone you want without a referral, but you have to pay for it. Okay, well, the second option now is a point of service. Well, you can see people in this general, network or group or these kinds of folks here. Now, you're allowed to go see anyone you want, of course, but you're going to need a referral. So you can already see how you need a referral. It's not as free in that sense. The freedom's not as much there. And in HMO, it's, well, you can't really see anyone you want. You really want you to see people in our group, and you can't just go see a specialist for whatever. And everything's going to have to be evidence-based and on these guidelines. You can't have any service that we don't want. And of course, just like in the POS, we need a referral for anything. And of course, the least amount of freedom should be deduced by the name, exclusive provider organization. You can only see this person, or this person, or this. All right. Healthcare payment models, capitation and bundled payments are probably the harder things to understand. Capitation is per head you receive, meaning per patient you receive a certain amount, and the amount that you don't spend on that patient goes back to you. So it encourages physicians and people to be more efficient, I guess, with how they do things. How they order tests, how they treat. Am I gonna, how much meat you want left on those bones? For a bundled payment, the idea is that you have a certain service. Okay, so let's say it's something like an orthopedic. That's the service. It's orthopedic stuff, and so you have some of the money going to the surgeons. You have some of the money going to physical therapists, helping with like the knee stuff. You have some of the money going to, I don't know, like infectious disease docs, because it's always going to get an infection. You got blah, blah, blah. That's the idea. You have this one service, a foot group, and the money is divided on everyone who's working on foot stuff. Physical therapists, podiatrists, orthopedic surgeons, whatever. Fee-for-service and discounted fee-for-service pretty much the same thing, and a global payment has to do primarily with any sort of elective surgery.